Good afternoon. This is Wendy again. I'm going to do a update on our chickens and how we prepare them for winter. Okay, I'm inside their run. You can do this whether you have a small run area or large. This one's 8 by 16 feet, so it's rather large. And the short wall is 6 feet tall. And then we have a taller wall in the back. But you should do these things for any size run that you have for your chickens to prepare them for winter, especially if you do get snow or it gets really, really cold. Okay, chickens are pretty winter hardy, depending on the breeds that you choose. One thing I've learned is the shorter the comb, the better. It keeps it closer to their head and it stays warmer, so there's less chance of them getting frostbite. So that's one thing to consider, and look up hardy or winter hardy chicken breeds. Okay, so what we've done in our run is, as you can see, we enclosed it, the two open sides, in plastic. This is heavy 4 or 5 mil plastic sheeting that you get on a roll at the Home Depot or Lowe's, your hardware store. And it might not be in the paint section, so you may have to go look in where they keep their insulation. I believe that's where I found the heavier stuff. Okay, so we have this 6-foot tall wall, and it's not quite wide enough for that, so we actually ran one row of it across the bottom and stapled it up to the wood, and then we had to do a second row across the top, and they will overlap in the middle. And I want to show you here, sorry the lighting's not the best, but right up here at the top we did not enclose it with plastic. They need ventilation no matter how cold it gets. This helps to prevent frostbite. So up there is open, that's maybe 3 or 4 inches tall. And then we have the same thing across the back that is open up there. We just have the hardware cloth. I believe it's the 1/2-inch hardware cloth. Okay, and then what we chose to do here for our run, this is a permanent fixture in the yard now. We enclosed the west wall and the south wall. Those are solid, so no rain or snow can get in. But in November, we discovered the first year that we needed to cover this in plastic. Otherwise, snow still got in. Okay, and then going around, here's our door. We covered that with plastic as well. And then this little bit here on either side of the coop. And up at the top above, that is wide open. And actually almost no snow gets in here at all, which is fantastic. It helps keep their bedding dry all winter long. If you can keep it dry, it doesn't smell and you don't have all the rot, and you can do a deep clean in the spring. So the most important things is to keep your chickens dry and out of the draft, out of wind. And then they have hanging feeders, and that's their, sorry about the dogs, that is their flock block, which is full of seeds and molasses, and it helps give them something to do all day long. And they have their flower pot for a dust bath, and that's where I keep their feed, is right there. Another thing is, we chose to make our own feed this past fall, and it has a lot of corn in it. The mix we made is very high protein, and corn, if they eat a lot of corn in the winter, it helps to heat their body while they sleep at night. So in the summer, we'll probably go back to regular chicken feed. Okay, and then going into the actual coop, I haven't talked about this in the past. When we refurbished this coop, we spent $40 at the hardware store and got a 1-inch thick rubber horse stall mat. And it was too big for this size of a coop. My husband got like a carpet knife and just cut it down to size, and we laid it in there. And not only does it help for insulation, but it also keeps the wood on the bottom from rotting. And then we keep a fair amount of straw in there at all times, and when it gets really dirty, I take it out, put that in the run, and then the clean stuff goes in the coop again. I do have a heat lamp, but we have not used it at all this year. So that is an option. If you do choose to use one, make sure it is super secure and cannot fall down into the straw at all. I have used it in the past, a little bit here and there depending on the temperatures, but this year we haven't used it at all. And the chickens have been very good. And they do have a little window right there for ventilation. And I have been keeping this little door open all winter so far for ventilation as well. And then I'll show you one more thing we do. I'll have to go outside. In the fall, when we had lots of leaves, we bagged them up. And actually, it's hard to see, we stuffed several of those big leaf bags under the coop to add as more insulation. And probably what I'll do here in the next few weeks, when we decide that winter is over and we won't need them anymore, we'll probably pull them out and put them in the run. We'll dump them out, and then the chickens will have leaves for bedding for a while. So that is what we've done to winterize our coop. I'll show you from the outside. The plastic is holding up very well. This year, this is our second year using this run. We decided to put some furring strips up on the corners and one down the middle, as you can see, to help it keep it secured better. We get a lot of winds here. Last year we did not use the furring strips, and we periodically had to come out and staple things down where it had come loose. So this year I have not had to restaple anything because we did use some furring strips. Hope you can see that. It's held up very well. It does a great job. So you can do this same thing even if you have a very small run area for your chickens. They don't like snow. So anything you can do to keep them dry and out of the wind should keep them alive all winter long. Thanks for watching. Bye.